Hey there everybody, thanks for joining me for another one-man review. Today I'll be taking a look at the latest edition of a really nice anthology series called Cram Comics. This is a anthology that is organized and edited by Andrew Alexander. It's always put out in Risograph, and I think this is I think Andrew Alexander and the people who started this are a crew in New York, but now it looks like they're expanding over the last couple issues and really just kind of incorporating artists that they like from all over the place. So I'm just going to go as I do with anthologies and kind of try and show one spread from each artist that's participating and give you a sense of what's in here. The first story is called Dream of the Ghost Horse, and this is by the artist David King. There's a lot of really cool production stuff going on in this one, taking advantage of what the risograph process offers. So some of these very strange colors that are harder to get unless you're printing with spot inks, and so the risograph really lets you, pile the colors up in different ways. And I think all those kind of production tricks are being used very well in this story. Also some stuff where there's like some photographic imagery being put in top. Really nice cartooning underneath all of this. So I really enjoyed that piece, and this is an artist I'll be looking for more work by. Going multi-generational here, we're bringing Kim Deitch in, and Kim Deitch, I don't know how to say it. I'm going to go with Deitch. This is a piece called Dutyville, 1952, and it's a story about Kim Deitch being in a class with Donald Trump, or no, he's at a Howdy Doody Time show, and a young Donald Trump is there. I don't know if it's a true story or not, but apparently Donald Trump was a real asshole even as a kid. In 1952. I don't know, so I don't know if that's a true story or not. There's a really interesting set of short strips here. They look like Sunday strips called Mental Block by Marc Torices, and it's really like this gag of different people going to the therapist, whether it be this crab or most of them are a lobster, and they're just kind of talking through their therapy, but then at the end, the therapist is always not helpful. So it's kind of like this satire of therapy and picking apart of the profession of therapy, an interesting way, and then couching it within this Sunday strip kind of style. Really like the way this one looks. There's a lot going on because of the risograph also that recaptures the look of poor newspaper printing where things aren't set exactly right. The colors are shifted off and things like that. So I don't know how much of that is intentional or how much of that is just letting the process be the process, but I think it works particularly good for the type of images that Marc Torices is making in these stories. There's a pretty cutesy one here called Strawberry Milk by Jake Terrell. There's some obvious taking advantage of the fact that Steamboat Mickey Mouse is now in the public domain. Been seeing that pop up in a number of places, and we got another one here, so that's pretty funny. Really nice cartooning throughout. Again, some cool colors. These colors don't benefit from the risograph. It just seems like a 4-color process. This story is called Whatever You Need, Whenever You Want by Beatrix Urkowitz. Really nice, I think the little two-color, black and the blue here. Some really cool cartooning. I especially like this piece here, this big gigantic sports jacket that's super puffy. I really like that. And then, just some of the cartooning on the figures, the distortions are really fun. Then there's a really strange thing here that took me a while to figure out who did what because of the way things are listed. But there's a set of little pieces. I think these are just daily entries by the artist Peng. They just have 760, 652. So it looks like numbered entries. I don't know what that means. Didn't quite understand the story on this one. And then couched within the middle of that is a story called Bathers by Katie Kane, and some really nice art in there, some really nice use of the spot colors, and then we're back to one page of the Peng again. So I don't know why this is in the middle of that. It seems to me like that was probably done just to preserve the spread, but then, like, yeah, he's just made a difficult reading decision there. Like, I don't know, that could have been arranged in a different way, because it seemed like it was part and parcel of this story, but then it wasn't, and these are already chopped up in a weird way. So that I thought was a weird curatorial decision, but quite like this bit of the art here, by Katie Lane. Sorry, I wrote it down wrong. And then the final piece here is Phantom Limb by Gabriel Mason Howell. And these are just people having a really intensely deep conversation in like a weird stone teenager way. Some really nice stuff going on with what looks like the watercolors here. I really like some of the color combinations, but it looks to me, given the printing process, that some of those colors were lost, because the risograph's not the best at doing like super high resolution, high fidelity printmaking. It's better at like the textural stuff. So it looks like a little bit got lost on these, but I really like the colors in those. So as always with Cram, it's one of the better anthologies out there right now. It gets a real wide variety, which I think is the thing that I like most in anthologies. I like having things where I'm like, I don't like it, and then ones that really speak to me. So that's no different in this case, but for the most part, I liked all of these, and I'll be checking out a lot of these authors, especially the author of the mental block one. So I enjoyed this and would definitely recommend for anyone looking for what's going on at like the forefront of comics. Cram is a really good anthology to get yourself hooked up with, get the previous issues, and make sure you get whatever comes out next. Easter.